Hello, everybody. Welcome into my channel. My name is Roxanne, and this is Alchemy of Acrimony. Thank you all so much for joining me, whatever time, space, or place that you do. Tarot is timeless. And so we're hopping into Virgo, right? Virgo reading. That was the next one up. The last one I did is Leo. If you want to watch that, go ahead and check that out. I usually do for like, if it is under the sign of Leo, it's sun, moon, rising, or Venus. But sometimes I really do feel that if you're drawn to a video for whatever reason, even though you don't have any of those placements, it could mean because there's just a specific message or something in my messages that are for you. So same thing with this read. So Virgo, sun, moon, rising, Venus, or anybody that was drawn in to watch this, I believe there may be something in here for you. Okay, so first off, what I want to start with is subscribe. Hit that like button. It is very easy and simple to do. You just got to do the click and you're done. It takes probably a second or less than that. Click the like button, comment if you feel led to do so, and share this video if you think it needs to be shared with someone. Hear it. I don't even know what's going to come out. So at some point after you're done watching this, go ahead and share. 1:11 on the clock. I am big with signs and synchronicities, as you all know, if you know and have been on my prior reads. And if you know, then you know I'm not doing product placement. I don't have my jack cup. I need to, I just did product placement. This is not my mug. It is a mug that was left behind by one of my older daughters. However, I know back in the past I did a lot of Starbucks. I think I still, you know what, I don't do it as often as I used to, but the more and more I'm starting to hear about certain things coming out of that place. As far as like the stuff that, they put in the, I don't know. Let's just not even go there. There's like just bad things in a lot of the food that we eat today. But anywho, not that I'm saying anything about anything. I don't know. I think some of you know. If you know, you know. We just got to watch what we put into our bodies. Yeah. So anyhow, getting off of, I feel upset because I wasn't supposed to, and I didn't even think about that when I made the coffee. Usually I make coffee, right, and I sip it, and I have my morning coffee with all of you guys when I'm doing the reads, or that's what I like to do. But anyway, gonna have to, anyway. Okay, so what was I gonna tell you guys? Okay, so first off, important message here. Okay, so it was the subscribe, like, share, comment if you feel led to, and please also subscribe. That is also an easy button to click if you like my reads and you're interested and you want to stay tuned into when more are coming. Because I do go live pretty much I think every time I've been on here, it's been live. I don't think I've ever really downloaded a video besides just the videos that the little 6-second trailer videos that I create for all of you guys underneath my video section. Those are pre-made little AI videos that I make for you guys. So I just started getting into that because I'm, trying to learn more about I don't know, using my computer and get into the world of technology because everything is new to me. Ice Cube, you can't go wrong, baby. Don't you just love him? Because I know I do. Yeah, so I woke up and said, Ice Cube it is. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm a big fan of, I just love t-shirts. I have a lot of different t-shirts with a lot of different things. I'm a t-shirt fanatic. My closet is filled with different kinds of t-shirts and, bands and, people and artists and just places that I've been. Yeah, so Ice Cube, I do love him. I do have a thing for him. I don't know if any of you out there are Cube fans. Maybe that's why I grabbed this t-shirt. I don't know, but I know I am, right? Just waking up in the morning, right? I gotta say today is a good day. Gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kind of odd. Yeah, so but anywho, point is here, trying to get to a bigger point. the pink full moon, that's what I'm trying to get to. Okay, pink full moon, April 1st. Okay, so it is coming out of the sign of Virgo, which is pretty cool. I am not an astrologer, whatever you want to call it. I'm not an astronomer either. I'm just your everyday person, and I look up things probably like the majority of us do that are not astronomers or astrologers either. But I'm assuming if you're into tarot and oracle, then you are into that, the position of the moon and the stars and the sun and the planets, and right, the whole nine yards. So fun fact, it is actually transitioning out of the sign of Libra, no, Virgo. And this is the read that we're doing, right? So that is not a coincidence. I believe that is really significant when it comes to, I don't know, this read and whatever is about to play out here. Okay. But I do have specific key points that I wanted to touch base with you all and let you know about this moon and about your sign. So if you have Virgo placement anywhere in your chart, okay, this moon has specific, I don't know, I guess the way it works, it has specific meaning for specific signs. So the pink full moon, April 1st, okay, it's going to transition at its 0 degree at a 7:11 p.m. where I am at. I'm in Cali, okay, but at 7:11, which is pretty cool. There goes another angel number. Might want to look up 7:11, but the significance in that is the 7:11 is actually the time, 7:11 p.m. where it transitions completely, like at its 0 degrees into Libra. So it's coming out of Virgo, right? Transitioning out of Virgo and into Libra, which I thought was really cool. And it happens at 7:11 tonight. Okay. That's when it's sitting right there in Libra. Okay. So it says the moon transits through Virgo just before reaching its peak, the energy. Okay. So, which is in Libra. Okay. And then, so what you need to know, I guess, is the energy is about a handoff between productivity and partnership. Okay. So, what you need to know, the shift, the energy moves from Virgo, which is fixing, right? We're all about fixing and daily chores, into the Libra focus on balance and relationships. Okay. It's a call to stop over analyzing the details, start looking at how the details affect your connections with others. Place that wherever in your love life, relationship, friendships, whatever relationships. Okay. Self-worth and finances. Okay. So those that have a strong Virgo placement, the moon is going to illuminate right now financial habits and self-value. It's time to release the starving artist or perpetual student mindset and recognize the actual worth, okay, of your guys's alchemy, your own magic, okay? So it's kind of like a cosmic checkpoint, right? You're going to shed that perfectionism that some of us Virgos can tend to do, right? To have that characteristic. It's about shedding that. And when we do that, that supposedly holds us back. It's what keeps us small, okay, in some aspects of your life. And it's about encouraging you to use, okay, this moon time right now, the pink moon, that's what it's called, the pink moon, to stop editing your lives and start living them. Okay. You're going to move past your own self-criticism. And the release point is, because it's the first full moon of the astrological year, it's a powerful time to emotionally spring clean. You know how they say spring clean? Oh, it's spring cleaning time. Let's clean out our homes and, all the junk and the crap and the clutter and, clean that out. Well, it's not just about the physical aspects of actually cleaning out your house, right? It's also about my collar is really bothering me, and it doesn't help that sorry, I don't know. There goes the Virgo aspect. Maybe, see, I'm doing that because that's what I'm talking about. Just being very minute in the details, like really nitpicking the details. See, there goes the Virgo in me. I'm a Virgo rising. Okay. So, yeah. And my sun sign is in Taurus. So go ahead and feel free to comment in the comment section what placements the Virgo is holding for you, what the pink full moon is going to, what it's doing in your sign. And I don't know, you can even just give an emoji, a thumbs up, if you have any Virgo placement, or if this read, resonates with you so far. Anything that that you find interesting. Okay, so emotional spring cleaning. Okay, we got to get in there and emotionally spring clean, not just the physical aspects of our home, right? Clearing out the clutter of the emotions, the inside. Okay. Um, so that is fun facts that I just wanted to share with you guys. Okay, I had actually had to pull this stuff up and leave it on my phone so that I could, register everything in front of me and then read it to you all. Um, it's actually facts that I just, you can Google it yourself, look it up yourself, research it yourself. Um, it's you're not doing anything different from what I did. I just looked at it up on the internet. Okay, but I thought that was interesting considering that it's coming out of Virgo and into Libra. And so this is the sign we're on right now, the sign of Virgo. And I hope you guys also like that short trailer that I created for you all. It was actually I generated an image for the Virgos with the your guys' card, your major arcana, which is the Hermit card, right? I thought it was really cool to take an image of the Hermit card and turn that into a walking living hermit card. He's actually walking and strolling along in that very earthy his vibe, that earthy element, the tones that were in on the side of him. He's walking through the forest. However, the card itself is snowing, and I thought that was super cool, and it was a pretty good contrast. Okay, so in my brain, the way I registered and the way I created that image of Virgo walking, he's walking through the snow in a different landscape, right? It's more like he's in a snowy kind of earthy sense, like that's the season, the winter. And he's got his lantern, but he's walking through an earth element, through the forest of like more fall tones. It wasn't so much wintry. So usually the hermit is like somebody that goes within, right? And so it leads me to think about a bear. When a bear hibernates, right, they're doing it for a specific reason through the season. So maybe some of you are in that hibernation mode where you're coming out of that winter aspect of being in hibernation with, I don't know, it could be yourself, your thoughts, working on yourself, whatever that looks like for you. And then you're coming out, right, coming out of the den, right? And whatever newfound wisdom you're bringing with you, you're going to bring it with you into this new spring equinox. Okay. So that's for some of you guys. Okay. So I do have some channeled messages for you guys. So let's start it off with, well, I kind of already did with the shirt, picking that. I've been seeing, well, this shirt, I've been flying right past it when I get ready every day. And I'm like, okay, why am I flying right past this shirt? There goes the Virgo in me. Um, Oh, I just, I'm nitpicking myself. Maybe some of you, maybe I'm doing that a lot because you guys tend to like when you wear things, you don't like big collars, you don't like, things have to look a specific way on you, you know? So maybe I'm doing that a lot because I'm picking up on someone's energy, because I really feel like I'm just really concentrating on my neck line, the collar. Maybe I know some people aren't really big fans of a really baggy neckline. Anywho, Ice Cube fans, I know there has to be Ice Cube fans out there that are watching this right now because I keep flying, as I was saying, in my closet, but I don't know, I just never put it on. I'm like, I tell Ice Cube hi and bye, and then I keep going through my closet. But I was really drawn to this shirt today, and I said, nope, I'm grabbing it today. I also got this morning when I woke up, Rob Zombie. Okay, for those of you that don't know, I encourage you to look at his work. He's a musician, right, and a producer. He actually he's a filmmaker. Heavy metal, I believe, is his genre. He's really well known for the vampire song and movies that he's created. Horror, that's his section, his genre of filmmaking, horror and heavy metal. So it was Rob Zombie, White Zombies, right? So for those of you that don't know who he is, I highly encourage you to look him up. But maybe I am saying Rob Zombie because some of you are Rob Zombie fans, okay? The White Zombie, heavy metal fans, horror, right? Big on horror and horror films. And I believe he's part of this the Halloween. I think he produced Halloween. I don't know which one and what year. I think back in the early 2000s. I don't know, but Google, and some of you probably already like, yeah, I'm a fan. I know my oldest daughter is huge, huge, huge. We actually have been, I myself and my daughter, because we go every year to the Midsummer Scream. And so I'm mentioning that for a reason. I don't know if some of you already, because I know the tickets are already out. I think they already went up. Um, I'm pretty sure they have. But I highly encourage you, if you are a fan of horror and all things beautiful like that. Midsummer Scream is a great event to go to. It is at the Long Beach Convention Center, and they have it in, I believe, August. Same time every year. I actually do have a friend that's going to be a performer. Yeah, me and my daughter are we I love that genre of film, the horror and the whole aspects of, I'm a big fan of Halloween. I love the creepy, spooky, crazy stuff. I don't know, maybe if you guys are familiar with my channel and looking at the artistry and the imagery that I put up there, I think you could pretty much see that I do have a beautiful dark side to myself. And I absolutely love it. Okay. And my oldest daughter is more of the film buff. She is, I don't know, she's a walking encyclopedia when it comes to horror, anything and all things horror, film, directors, producers, actors, you name it. She is a walking encyclopedia. She could tell you from front to back how it was made, what was the details down to the specifics. She is amazing. I keep encouraging her to, create her own content and channel because I think she really underestimates her own self-worth and her gift and worth in that aspect of, what her talent is. I think she really underestimates herself. And so what's crazy about that, I'm even saying that part of this moon is about self-worth. Okay. And I don't know, I think there's going to be a lot about self-worth in this video. Maybe that's the whole basis, right? What spirit wants you guys. So Rob Zombie, and then I got maybe some of you are musicians, you guys play the guitar, the drums, or are in a band, have a band. I don't know, but I also channeled that. And as I was channeling those messages, I heard the song Thunder, the song Thunderstruck by AC/DC. If you don't know that song, I don't know. I think you've been in the hermit's cave way too long. All right. Thunderstruck by AC/DC. If you don't know the band, you don't know the song, I encourage you to look that up right now. Actually, jump off of here and look that up. That is iconic. Okay. And so when I heard that song, I thought about the video and I thought about the lead guitarist in there, right? I believe his name was I think it's Angus Young, and he's really famous for his schoolboy hats. So I don't know if any of you out there are fans of the schoolboy hat, right? Or just big fans of AC/DC in general, if that's your favorite song. But the thunder, yeah, that rock on with that. And so, yes. And what's crazy is, speaking of thunder, where I am at, I don't know, I think it's supposed to rain. And so what's crazy is the weather, the way it transitions like that. It can get really hot and then all of a sudden, oh, it's gonna rain. Like, okay. But I don't know. I'm actually happy about that because just yesterday I was talking about the rain and the thunder and the lightning and the fact that I am a rain girl. I love the vibe of it, the thunder, hearing it, listening to it, seeing the lightning. Fucking awesome. So I love the rainy weather. I don't know if I conjured it. I don't know if I I called it in, right? And so I was thinking about that, like talking about it, and then I really started missing that rainy weather and wishing that it would rain. And I was thinking about that all day yesterday. And all of a sudden, before I left work last night, a coworker was like, "Hey, it's supposed to rain tomorrow," and my heart just lit up. I mean, if my heart could actually be a neon glowing light, I'm pretty sure at that moment it would be like a bright red neon glowing light at that moment when I heard her say it is supposed to rain. So I got pretty excited about that. So yeah, I don't know if any of you guys are on that level with me and we're all vibing here, right? That seems to be the energy, because everything I've mentioned, I am a fan and a lover of those things as well. But I kind of feel like maybe some of you that watch me or led to my channel, you guys have a similar um likes, right? I also got filling out job applications. And the reason I got that is because I had a dream last night that I was filling out a job application on a white piece of paper, black lettering. It had your basic, when are you available to work? And when I woke up, I was like, okay, is this for my Virgos? Are you guys out there job hunting, job seeking? I also felt like in my dream, I was filling out that application for second means of income. So I don't know if you guys are looking for a quick summer job, uh, just something not too heavy because you do have a 9 to 5, but like a side hustle, bring in some extra income. I know this Virgos, the earth signs, we're all about our pentacles, right? It's that an element of finances to those pentacles, that earth energy. That's what it is in the tarot, right? We represent the pentacles, and that could also be financial. Those pentacles can represent financial stability. We're all about the stability, especially a Virgo, when it comes to relationships, life general. We love to be and feel stable. Okay, we don't like the wishy-washiness of shit. We're not a fly by the, sometimes I can be that, like, okay, wait. So it says your connection's unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. I don't know if you guys are catching any of this, and I don't know what's wrong. I don't know. So the warning light went away at 21:01 on the clock as I'm saying that. But YouTube just informed me that the Wi-Fi connection was unstable and they're trying to reconnect. If I cut off for whatever reason, I don't know what's happening. I'm live. If I sound choppy, I know my video yesterday, the Wi-Fi sucked on the YouTube live, and I didn't realize that because it's showing smoothly on my end. It's not until I rewatch things back that I see where I cut off. You can't hear what I'm saying. My voice, things go in and out. It gets spotty, staticky. Hmm, that made me think about your guys' connections. Maybe you have really flighty energy around you when it comes to connections, love, romance. You're that's like a repeated energy that you're picking up when you go out on, and you start dating people or meeting people. You're finding the same type of wishy-washy energy. There's no stability in your relationships. And as a Virgo, that's what we look for, right? We really, as at 22:11 on the clock, I'm really big with sign synchronicity. So please write all of this stuff down and look this up later on. Okay. Everything that I tell you, I'm really big on that. 222, 220. Okay. What else was I talking about? Yeah, filling out that job application. So if you guys are, I don't know, second means of income, a little quick side hustle, I don't know, it could be Uber, it could be, doing the real quick deliveries, the Instacart or whatever that is, whatever that looks like. It could be anything really, a part-time job in like a small, I don't know, a little ice cream shop or Taco Bell, McDonald's, places like that. Just something where it's not you can work pretty much like, oh, I'm just available, on the weekends or, a couple days out of the week. Yeah, and so I just noticed that I am about to run out of battery. That is not good because I could have sworn I had half a battery. Whatever is happening, I don't know, but this is my Wi-Fi, everything's been really weird. Let me really quick because I don't want to lose you guys. I'm on the live. Let me go get my battery so I can hook up. I'll be right back. Just quick sec. Sorry, look at my couch. Let it entertain me for a couple seconds. I can't believe today was a good day. Sing that Ice Cube. All right. All right, guys. I'm back. Let me just plug this in real quick. All right. So much for being prepared, right? I thought I was prepared and I really wasn't prepared. No, I really did have half battery life. I don't know what the heck. I don't know. Anyway, um what else? Okay. Yeah, second form of income. Okay. Channeled messages. Okay, so that was a dream about filling out the whole application, and in the dream I was feeling like I was filling out the application for a second form of income. Okay. And going back to about, me saying, did I call in the rain? Well, I was thinking about, it's a tale from an archbishop, and this goes back to centuries ago. I don't know, 700 AD, not too sure. But an archbishop, I forgot his name. He's from Lyon, France. He wrote about the Tempestari. Okay, these are weather wizards that were believed to have been in that area of Lyon, France, around a certain time. And so over there, though the Tempestari worked with a people called the Magonia people, and they actually, it's a tale. Well, actually, I don't know. They claim it to be truth that there was a people called the Magonia people that had ships that actually sailed in the clouds, and the Tempestari would work with the Magonia people on those ships in the clouds. Is the weather wizards down here would create extreme weather to kill or get, they controlled the crops in the area, but they gave it to the Magonia people in those ships. And so the story goes that there was like 3 or 4 people that fell from those ships that were sailing in the clouds. And supposedly the people of Lyon captured those people that fell from the ships, right? And so supposedly this archbishop that wrote about these certain people, right, um, said that he had to intervene and save the people that fell. That the town village people said that they fell from the ships, right? And so they were being held captive by the people. However, the archbishops, according to what he wrote, he had to get involved to save these people, to prove that they were human and that there was no such thing, I guess, as the Magonia people or any type of ship sailing in the clouds. But I this goes back centuries. And so I was really, really taken back by that. And I don't even know how I came about that story, but oh, it's because I was pulling Oracle, and one of the cards, there's like a ship sailing through the clouds. And before I came upon that Oracle card that flipped out on me, I had a dream about a actual ship sailing through the clouds. And that dream seemed very, very real. And I tripped out on it so much that I had to do my own research to find out what that dream meant, and if there was such thing as an actual real tale about people on ships in clouds that existed. And lo and behold, it is about the Tempestari, which were wizards that were here on Earth that worked with the weather. And so, thus, bringing it back to, did I call in the storms, the rain? Because there are actually people out there that work with the weather, right? They do rituals. I know there was a ritual or a book of spells that the Tempestari did to perform weather magic, right? And they controlled a lot of the crops in the area. Um, and so if you want to look further into that and Google that, I actually wrote, or not wrote, I drew a picture because I was very inspired. The fact that this story could be possibly true, and I just find it so fascinating. I love historic stuff, like, the stories, and especially when it comes to magic and anything like that. I don't know if any of you, because this is a Virgo read, if you guys are into magic, earth magic, you work with the elements of earth. I feel also led that maybe some of you out there are into that, like, or even manipulating energy, working with energy. It could be esoteric stuff, like, because I believe that is all esoteric stuff. Even being a Reiki, I know Reiki, manipulating the energies, working to heal, and you guys use your hands. I know earth signs are big healers and working with your hands. I don't know if some of you are in more, maybe some of you should look into that. Yeah, so I got that. Please look up the Tempestari, the Magonia people. Okay, so oh yeah, and grimoire. I got the word grimoire in my mind. The grimoire. It's like, for those of you that don't know what that is, I'm pretty sure a lot of you do, but for those of you that don't, it's like books, right? Book of spells or rituals, magic, right? And I'm resonating hardcore because I want to sneeze. Excuse me. I think I would please give an emoji, a heart, a thumbs up if you guys resonate with any of the things that I'm talking about here. Okay, so yeah, some of you working with the earth elements, energy, manipulating energy, Reiki healers. Okay, and so yet again, I was brought back to value and self worth. Okay, value and self worth. And what's crazy is not only did my Wi Fi get crazy on the YouTube, but my phone actually, I have to restart it because it's not cooperating. It actually won't let me get any phone calls right now. That there's some heavy energy going flowing around right now. So you Earth Virgos are really creating that magic. You guys ain't playing. Right now it's really windy outside. Yeah. But it's gloomy. It's dark and I love it. I absolutely love it. And I really wish I didn't have to go to work and I could just be here to enjoy it. I really hope though that it does rain. All right, so my hands are calling in the Mystic Black Rose Oracle deck, okay? Actually, this is the Oracle deck where the card of conflict jumped out and I had the dream about and these ships that I dreamed about in my dream were sailing through the clouds. I know it sounds crazy, but it really felt real. I remember being, on solid ground, earth, right? Land, looking up and in these very dark grayish type clouds in the night sky, there was these huge they look like um pirate ships sailing through the clouds. And so that dream really stuck with me for a few days and I really had to I said, I got to look this up because it's not normal, right? That's not a reality you would see. That's a fairy tale, right? No, actually was a thing with these people of Lyon, France. They back in the day, I believe you got to look it up. Don't quote me on it, but I believe it was from a book that was written by him. It was like documented events of what this archbishop said he heard from the local townspeople of Lyon, France, and this was around 700 AD. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. You got to look it up to really take that in for yourself and then tell me what you think. Even after you read it, come back into the video in the comments, kind of give your own opinion, or maybe if some of you are historians or know about what I am talking about and you could further elaborate on that story. That would be really cool. I would love to actually read that if you had any extra commentary on that story. All right. So yeah, the ships, the pirate ship type looking ships, I got it from this deck because that card kept flipping out, and so uh yeah, eventually I ended up dreaming of these beautiful ships and the Magonian people. Oh, all right. This wants to come out too. It's poking me. And this card, okay, so just to let you all know, I do prepare in advance for these reads and I do, work with spirit and I ask what is meant. And so as I was shuffling the deck, this one and I believe some tarot, obsession kept wanting to show it. I don't know why, but we're going to dip into that and find out, right? What that obsession is all about. And what is this card that's poking me? This also kept wanting to flip out when I was asking about my Virgos and what they need to know. Sometimes, too, that is another way that I can pick up on things, what the energy is, okay, and kind of read it for the collective. So, whoever's here, this is going to be for you. And for some reason, it's really tapping into obsession and reflection, okay? And so right under the obsession, I was going to pull another oracle for, or maybe the tarot for the obsession, but right underneath it I got union but in the reverse. Okay. um so with union, it talks about reconciliation, coming back. um but it was in the reverse. I don't know if some of you are thinking about a person or maybe wanting a second chance with a person. This is going to tie back into self-worth and the moon and what the moon entails. I really highly encourage you to look it up to see how the full moon on April 1st can really work with you in regards to if you are having any type of self-worth problems. Maybe the validation that you need or you seek is from this person that is drawing some type of obsessive energy with you. Um, Maybe you're obsessed about it or obsessed with this person, or the connection itself is just toxic. Maybe your sense of self-worth is based on this connection and how this person makes you feel. There I go with my collar. I have to stop. And so when we do that, that is a big no-no. And maybe this moon, if you learn to work with it and harness the energy and the power coming from the pink full moon tonight, you can manifest and create your own alchemy when it comes to that, to get out of that image of, maybe you have low self-esteem or your self-worth relies on what someone else thinks or feels about you in regards to if this person is in your life or not. You feel an obsessive need for them to be because you feel like personally your self-worth is, you feel like something's wrong with you when this person disappears. The fact that the union was in reverse, it tells me that it's like a merry-go-round with this person. You're waiting for a comeback, okay? For them to actually reconcile with you, come back, or make it work. It's a second chance, like feeling a desperate need for a second chance with this person. Just so that your self-worth shouldn't be based on anybody's opinion of you, their version of what they think you are, or anybody else's outside opinion of who you are. This pink moon that's coming in, I believe it's all about really stepping away from that and into your own personal energy and your self-worth and value of starting to get clarity on that, on who you are and the power that's in you. And it's not based off other people's opinions or what they think about you or whether or not they stay or go. If someone wants to go, let them go. There should be no obsessing if they're coming back, evaluating yourself and seeing where you went wrong, what's wrong with me, what's wrong with myself. I've talked about this in prior reads about feeling that need of, well, like where people don't look at their true value of who they are. And so maybe we need to get out of that energy, okay, and really look into getting into another version of ourselves where we see our value, okay? It's not based on someone else or maybe their opinion of what or who they think you are, okay? If they decide to leave, let them leave. That's not self-worth, isn't based off that person and what they think, okay? So if they want to leave, let them leave. You don't have to entertain that type of energy and that type of toxicity. Okay. Right here, it's just further uh letting you know, completely done, moving on, ending cycles. This is a cycle, I feel, people, that we need to end when it comes to ourselves. And we need to grow more in what our true value is and our self-worth. Lessons learned coming full circle. Those of you that learned some type of lesson, and it could be the self-worth lesson of this karmic relationship that you're learning. Okay. And so this final walk away, continue to keep walking. Don't look back and keep it moving. Okay. This person brought you a lot of pain here. Okay. It says guarded, apprehensive, putting a wall, excruciating pain. And I felt this type of pain before in a relationship. And I also did question my own self worth and my true value. I put 0 on both of those scales. The scale of self-worth and value, I painted myself a huge 0. I had no self-worth or value. It really did rely back then on the opinion and the what was happening at the time. This person was walking out of my life. And when I say uh this person, I'm talking about my ex-spouse, my person. I eat, breathe, slept, lived him. For 17 years, he was my husband. But I didn't realize until after the fact, that as I was growing into myself and starting to heal, that that's not where my value lies at all, and that that's not where I should have wrapped any type of my world in. Okay. Uh that he doesn't define anything at the end of the day. And the reasons as to why he left or did what he did or why we split, it had nothing to do with my self-worth or my value. Okay. And so maybe I'm saying this because some of you out there need to understand that. And this is the cycle where we're ending and we're pushing out that painful cycle, and we're calling in new. Okay. We're really are calling in new. So the fact that the pink full moon is going into Libra is about balancing the scales, justice. It's funny because in yesterday's read, if you go back into the Leo read, at some point in that video, I did mention if any of you were Libras, because I did see the justice actually in these cards, and I did see Libra in my mind's eye, Libra. And so I felt led to ask if any of you out there are Libras, but maybe there was a significance in Libra because the pink full moon, and I just found this out, is going into Libra, okay, April 1st at 7:11 p.m. where I'm at. I'm in Cali. So look into that, if you guys want. And then reflection, okay? This is a time where I believe you're being forced to look at your own reflection, your own look at yourself in the mirror, okay? And ask yourself, why does this person make me feel this way? And why do I feel that I need to feel this way about myself just based on somebody that is toxic? Okay? The anxiety, the can't let go. Some people can get in a really obsessive energy when it comes to, really basing their self-worth or their value on another person's opinion. And you can really get trapped in your own head and your own mind when it comes to, thinking about all of those things with this person. And so maybe this is a time for you to close out and end cycles. Let it just be completely done. See the person walking away? Let them walk away. You walk away as well. Okay? And the fact that they're walking in the snow with the umbrella, that's crazy because on my hermit card for my video, my little AI generated video for the Virgo read, it's in my video section. And if you look at the hermit, I generated him to actually move, and he's walking through the snow. So if you want to look at that, he is actually treading through snow and holding his lantern. And if you really look closely, there's snow falling all around the hermit in that little 6-second video I created for the Virgo read. It's under my video section. So that ties in really nicely. So that was meant. And I also found that very significant to leave it as that. Maybe this is your hibernation time to go within. I was talking about that earlier in the video, how I found significance in the snow versus the outside of what the Virgo is walking through. If you look at the video, he's walking and it's almost like there's no snow, but the contradictory in the two, sometimes going within, coming out with some type of wisdom. The Hermit is all about wisdom, and that's your card. That's the Virgo, the major arcana, wisdom. So this is a time on self-reflection. I highly encourage you to journal your feelings, your thoughts with this person, how they make you feel, and the things that you want to get rid of. Write it down on a piece of paper. The negative, the anxiety, the fact that they trigger your nervous system or whatever negative, and burn it. Burn this piece of paper under the pink full moon to get rid of, burn those energies. Okay. When it talks about reflection, this is also a card that says shadow work, I believe. Yeah. Dark night of the soul, dark shadow, facing the inner truth and seeing the true colors. Okay. Seeing the true colors. holding on, clinging, can't let go, anxiety, lessons learned. I believe with this is probably a karmic partner. Maybe it's a repeat, it's just a pattern in yourself that you need to break free from and start looking into a more high, evolving into a more higher version of yourself. Okay. And we got frozen, which goes right along with the snow, right? Not speaking, stonewall, not taking action. So you guys are in no contact, or you're speaking very little to nothing. And that should be your answer right there. Especially when people, are they, gonna ever talk to me? Are they gonna come back? That's kind of almost like that's your answer if you have to ask. If they're not there, if that's something that you're asking, is this person gonna come back? Are they gonna talk to me again? Are we gonna get, back together? If they're not there now, that should be more than enough to answer that question for you. And if that's a question you have deeply on your mind, maybe if this person is constantly doing this to you and you're always asking that, are they gonna come? Then this person's not for you. That's already an answer within itself. Okay, that the whole having to wonder, clinging, can't letting go, it's they're bringing pain. Okay, they're bringing pain with the connection. And why do we want to keep experiencing the pain? We have to really ask ourselves, why do we want to keep experiencing the pain with this person over and over again? Why do you want to? It's almost like you know you're putting yourself through your own pain. But then when you ask about it and want to know about this person, you have to really ask yourself, do you want to invite back the pain? It's like putting yourself through excruciating pain. And this is, I have to tell you this, and this really ties in and resonates with this read. I actually did experience pain. I was lighting my candles because, as you know, I'm a big, I work with my candles and I always have them lit here during every single read. I actually got burned by my intuition candle. And the way I placed my thumb when I held the candle, the glass didn't have candle right there. There was no wax. There was no barrier right there to put that wall between the fire and my finger. And so through the glass, obviously it's going to heat up intensely after I light it. And I wasn't paying attention to where I was putting my hand when I wrapped it around my candle, right? And so when I went to move it, I burned my thumb because I put my thumb right on the part of the glass where there was no wax right there. And so that candle, I mean, that burn, that woo, I almost dropped it. It was excruciating pain. So, and I had to ask myself right when that happened, I looked at my thumb and I was like, why did I just burn myself like that? And then I immediately thought, pain. Did somebody just burn themselves? Is someone experiencing pain? Thank you, Spirit, because that literally just popped into my mind talking about the pain and why are we putting ourselves over and over with the same person? They're not going to give you a different outcome. They're going to give you a different day with the same outcome. Different day, same bullshit. So, yeah, and that candle that burned me, I light that for intuition. Maybe some of you need to work on using your intuition, that your gut feeling, okay? Work on sharpening that and to listen to your body, your your instincts, your gut, when your gut is in your nervous system. What's happening when you're around this person? How are they truly making you feel? Why do you get nervous? I feel the need to say nervous because you don't know how long they're going to stay. And it makes you nervous because you don't know how long you can hang on to this person before they disappear again. And so you're already over analyzing, overthinking, putting your low self-esteem and low value, low worth into the picture of your mind, saying, what can I do to make myself more valuable to this person? What can I do to make, this person stay longer? So that we don't fight, so that he does see that I am his one. But we really have to take a step back from that and look at the deeper picture here. Listen to your body, guys. No romantic love relationship should make you feel insecure, have low self-worth or value, and to question what's going on constantly and to feel pain. You shouldn't feel pain with a love connection, okay? Constant pain. All right. And a lot of that's coming from the rejection that you're getting from this person. So I pulled from the shadow. Where is it at? Where is the box at? Okay, I keep losing things. Shadow work oracle deck, okay? Because we're talking about walking into these shadow aspects of ourselves and when it comes to self-worth and rejection. And so it all ties into there's a specific person in here, whoever this resonates for in your life. It's a lot of rejection, and that rejection is causing the, you know, the low self-worth. You're not seeing your true self-worth. You're not seeing any value in yourself because of the rejection, right? And so rejection can be from, you have this emotional wound. It's a past scar. It could go as far back as childhood, but I don't know. Everybody's different. Everybody is different when it comes to, where this is coming from. A fear of abandonment. That's what I'm getting. So rejection, through the sting of left out, we discover our own inner worth. Can't make this up. There it is, right there. This person, this new cycle that's coming, it's really pushing you, Spirit's really pushing you to look at your own self-worth and really saying, okay, and with this, it's not that I have a problem, this person has a problem. This person's not for me. That's when you really step into your true worth. You're worth more than someone bouncing in and out of your life constantly and making you feel this. This person's crying. And there's a lot of this. You got to step out of that. Okay? There's rejection that's going on. It's denial, dismissal, and exclusion. You're in denial when it comes to this person. Crazy. And I'm going to show you right here. Where is it at? You could see my union card, right? And I told you it was in the reverse, okay? As you can see, because you're looking at it and it's towards you. So it's in the reverse with me. But underneath that, lying, there's the revenge card. And right here, when I looked at it, yeah, punishing and getting even. The word punishing, you're punishing yourself. It's not even so much about what that says. And for those of you that know, you know. I read cards according to sometimes the imagery or if certain other words are drawing me in. And so out of all of these, quit punishing yourself. And even for some of you that think in your head, well, okay, this person can walk away, but I'm going to pay them back by doing X, Y, Z. I'm going to go out there and party and do my thing and post it on social media. That's not going to work. That's not, because this person is just not for you. But the whole quit punishing yourself, because you're truly not punishing the other person when you're putting yourself through these things and making bad decisions just to get some type of payback or get even. You're punishing yourself. Not only are you punishing yourself doing these things, but you're putting yourself through further pain. You're punishing yourself with the connection over and over, and you're also punishing yourself making whatever toxic decisions you're deciding to make because you feel or you think you're getting back with this, you're getting even with this person. But that's not the case at all. Okay, that's not the case at all. The union, that is in the reverse. But yeah, the punishing, the pain. I don't know. These things were popping out. These. And that was earlier because I did kind of glance. And when I looked, I did notice and I was like, okay, I seen that. Okay. And so the whole obsession, you just can't let go. Don't punish yourself anymore. Don't put yourself through any more further pain. Okay. Let it be done and walk away. And so we got denial. I don't know if some of you're just, not if you are in denial about this person. Okay. the denial. You're not seeing the connection for what it truly is. And so at the bottom of the deck, I also have suppression. Okay, it's right there. We'll get to that right now. Okay, so this is talking about your inner worth. Okay, that speaks volumes right there. Numbness. This also wanted to pop out when I was channeling for you guys last night. I think you guys, numbness also, I don't know if it popped out in yesterday's read. There was another oracle deck when we were talking about mind numbness or numbness in general. I don't know, just being on an autopilot. I don't know at what point, but I know numbness. I was talking about that specific feeling. Maybe for some of you, I feel led though to say, are you guys numbing the pain by drinking alcohol, drugs? No judgment here. I've been there, done that. Alcohol, drugs, partying, putting off what you need to do, maybe slacking off at work. You're not really caring. You're calling out a lot because of the partying, because your mind is so heavily focused on this relationship that it's causing you to make bad decisions. And so the mind numbness, how take that how it resonates, however you're numbing your mind to numb your pain. Okay, you're numbing the pain and you're doing something. I don't know what it is that you're doing, but whatever it is that you're doing, maybe it's just really time to take a step back and reevaluate. Okay. So with the card, it says to feel pain is to be alive and human. Okay. Gosh, these words are so small and I can't really read them. Insensitivity, disconnection, and I don't know what this other word is. But you're kind of just numbing yourself off to your feelings. You're not really trying to look at it for what it really is or the connection. Okay. And then I don't know what that last word is, but it's going to bother me. I can't make it out. I can't read it. It's just so, they made them, the letters dark and then the background is dark. So it just makes everything dark and I can't read crap. Indifference. I think that's what it says. Indifference, disconnection, insensitivity. I think you're being insensitive to yourself. Okay. Suppression, express, don't suppress. Authenticity is freeing. So with suppression, we have restraint, repression, and censorship. You're suppressing this feeling and you're numbing it with something. Only you know what it is. Fill in the blank with that one. Okay. Reflect. Okay. What this relationship is doing to ourselves, our mental, our mind, how it's triggering our bodies, and what's really happening. Okay. You guys can see the cards, but we're going to bring everything down here. All right. And then we got punishing. Stop punishing yourself. Okay. The revenge shouldn't be with that person. If you really, really, really want to show up and show out, you walk away completely and transform your life out of that low self-esteem, low self-worth, and create your own glow up for yourself. That's how you really want to get back, and you allow them to see that at some point. Whether it be through divine timing, where eventually at somewhere down the line, they see your glow up, but they're not there to share any of that with you because that is a part of your past that you no longer want to acknowledge. And so they become the outside only looking in, and that's all they're allowed to do. And that's it. You no longer allow them access. That's true revenge. Stop punishing yourself. Okay. With the toxicity, the patterns, it's just not healthy, guys. Okay. So right here with the faded, of course, right? We got to bring out the love oracle deck. And so What angels, spirit guides, ancestors, please, for my Virgos, what do they need to know about this relationship? When it comes to this relationship, what do they need to know about what is happening? That's a jumper, big time, okay? What did I tell you earlier? Karmic relationship, bottom of the deck. It's a karmic, guys. They're meant to teach you a lesson in your own value and self-worth. You guys know how to fix that. You got to fix that within yourselves. And this jumper that wanted to come at you so bad, well, the cat wanted to jump out at you. Self-love. Love yourself. That I don't even need to look up these definitions. This is just all speaks volumes for itself. Self-love, guys. Self-love. Love yourself. Love yourself. Get yourself out of the numbing, the pain, the repeated pain, the punish. Know that this person is not for you and it's bringing about a lot of toxicity, and you're worth more. You're worth way more than what you're thinking or feeling right now, okay? Let's I'm gonna get you, God, there's a lot of stuff that I want to pull from. But yeah, when it comes to that, and then we're gonna move on because I don't like the energy. I really don't. What do you need to know from that was a jumper. So let's see. That also wanted to speak. It's pushing yourself so hard. Stop, breathe, and reevaluate. There it is. You are doing enough, even if it doesn't feel like it. Don't wear yourself out to the point of exhaustion. It is not worth it. Balance. There's that word. Balance your time more wisely. Okay? Balance your time. Time is precious and you can't get that back. And I've said that repeatedly on multiple different videos. And so the time that you're wasting with this person, put it towards your self-love, your self-care, and start working on yourself, and don't waste any more time on this person. You're exhausting yourselves to the point of exhaustion, it says. And so this moon is all about balance, bringing some type of balance back into your life. Why? Because that moon is going into Libra. Libra is about balance. That's the scales of justice, right? Don't push yourself. Reevaluate. This is just everything that we're talking about here, okay? And so don't push yourself so hard. Reevaluate the situation. Really ask yourself, what is going on here? Because this person is not a good person, okay? Karmic relationship. It's just they were there to teach you a relationship. They were there, to teach you what you shouldn't be wanting in a relationship, okay? To change, you reevaluate your thinking when it comes to a relationship and change those things about, okay, who you're picking as a partner, and really assess that, look at that, reevaluate that. It's all about ascending your higher self, okay? So yeah, the balance, justice, tipping the scales. You got to get into more of like that self-love. Karmic relationships, just a repeated pattern that were put in your life. It's karmic to teach you a lesson. And so that's what that is. Okay. So that's what we got for that. That was really heavy, and I feel the energy in that, and I just kind of don't want to talk about that anymore because it's not a healthy relationship at all. So for whoever that was meant for, if it doesn't resonate with you, well, then obviously it will resonate for someone else that's going through that. And for whoever that is, you really needed to hear that, okay? I think Spirit really wanted to speak to you about that and your sense of self-worth and your value, okay? And it's time to ascend, okay? And really love yourself, okay? Love yourself. That's your true revenge right there. Really understand who you are, okay? As a person, you're worth way more than what you think, Okay. And maybe this person is telling you really toxic things like, that you're not worth anything, or you can't find anybody else, or you're not good enough, or, really, I don't know, just toxicity right there. It's not healthy at all. It's not a healthy space to be in and to put yourself through. Okay. So I'm going to close it out with a love, sacred soul messages. I don't know. These are more, I'm going to give you an uplifting message. Okay. Uplifting, guys. What is Virgo? What do they need to know? All right. Let's see what sacred soul messages. That's the deck. What messages do they need to know, please? Oh, hold on, guys. That was faced the wrong way in the deck, but look what it says. Try something different. Surrender. Don't push so hard. That other spirit card was also talking about that, pushing yourself, exhausting it. Don't push so hard. It also said that those very same words, don't push so hard. Let grace carry you. You're trying to make force and fit what doesn't fit no longer in your life, and it's time to outgrow that stagnant, ugly, toxic energy and come into your true self-worth and value. Come into that realization of who you really are. Surrender to that. The fact that you are worth so much more. Try looking at things different and do things different. And you can start by being completely done with this person and walking away. Okay, it's time to just walk away. What other messages? Okay, that was kind of crazy, but what other messages do we have for her? This was, I believe, at the bottom of the deck at some point. I don't know if I believe I seen this, but to praise the sun is to praise your own eyes, seeing clearly, gratitude, happy with your life. You got to come into that, okay? Seeing clearly with the eye. It's all about clarity. I believe Leo's read, I don't know if some of you have Leo in your chart or fire, but it's all about gaining that clarity. The clarity of the Cobra. If you haven't seen that, I encourage you to watch that, because that was all about gaining a really, really high sense of clarity, okay, when it comes to whatever that looks like for you. Seeing clearly, okay? That was at the bottom of the deck. And so, this is way more than what I even thought came out. Okay. Live life as everything is rigged in your favor. Have confidence, okay? A lot of you guys don't have that confidence. Have confidence. Keep the faith. You are supported. Okay? You are supported. Let yourself be drawn to the pool of what you truly love. Divine purpose, mission in life. You're being guided right now to hear this message, to pop onto this video so you could start working on yourself, that self-love, and start with, okay, I've gained a perspective on what part of my life I need to fix, and start to take the steps towards gaining that clarity to be able to come into that true alignment with yourself, okay? And so the wound is the place where the light enters. The wound is the place where the light enters. Healing, blessings, strength to carry on, okay? Strength to carry, healing, okay? It's right there. Blessings, strength to carry on. You're being divinely guided and divinely protected through this new journey, okay, guys? The moon is bright when it doesn't avoid the night. Hang in there. Be patient. You're on the right track. Literally hanging in there. They're hanging, right, in this card. Be patient. You're on the right track. That's crazy. And what I'm also feeling led to tell you, the moon. Work with this moon cycle. Look it up in regards to what it's doing for Virgo signs. The fact that it's transitioning from Virgo into Libra. And what this all means, what this pink full moon means. And this is happening April 1st. And where I am at, it is the 31st of March. Tomorrow would be April 1st. Yeah, so really look at that pink full moon. See what you can do for yourself, how you can work with it. Okay, and then we have right here, maybe you search the branches for what's only in the roots. Go deeper, look elsewhere. You need more. Go deeper. Look elsewhere. This is about gaining that clarity. Go deeper. Earlier I was talking about the abandonment theory, like the fear of being abandoned. Um, Sometimes we can get like a toxic trait in us when we have that fear of abandonment, and we tend to latch on and not let go to other people even though they're toxic for us. And so these type of traumas, wounds, scars that we have from our past, they can go as far back as childhood. The fact that it says maybe you search the branches for what is only in the roots. Maybe you need to take, it says go deeper, look elsewhere. You need more. Maybe if you dig a little bit deeper into where this toxicity, where the self-worth, the low self-esteem, no value in yourself, the way you see yourself, go deeper and ask yourself, really pull those things out of you. Maybe shadow work. If you don't know what that is, I encourage you to look into that. 111 22 on the clock as I'm telling you that. 111 22. So look that up when it comes to what shadow work is, what that entails, and maybe some of this stuff it's stemming from your childhood. Like the go deeper. Maybe the deeper part is looking into your past. And so here's the moon. It's popping out for you. Look into that pink full moon in Libra. It's coming out of our sign, Virgo. And so when I was right now, I got what I seen in my mind's eye is the word stability. So that's what Virgo is. That's what we're about. And so this person's not bringing you stability. You need that sense of stability. And so maybe that's why you cling so much to this person, because you're wanting them to bring that stability. You're waiting for it. You're wondering if person, but somebody that's in that energy, that toxic energy, they're never going to bring you that stability. That stability is already within you. You just have to pull that out and find it elsewhere, into the things that you love. That's going to bring you stability in your career, your job, uh, your what you make and produce for yourself. And those things are going to be given to you more in abundance when you come into a realization of who you truly are. And so when you cut ties with this person and cut them loose, that's when you can really start to see a growth and a transformation in yourself, even down to your finances. And that can bring you even more stability when it comes to money, the money that you make, how you make it, your possibilities. Doors start being open for you. You start seeing, what you can do, your gifts, your purpose, maybe what you're truly meant here to be here for. You're going to outgrow this person by leaps and bounds and look back one day and realize, whoa, what, it's going to be a huge life lesson that maybe you can carry and take with you to teach somebody else. Hey, I was in that situation. This is what I learned. Hey, this is, maybe here's some insights into what's going on with you. Maybe I can help you. Here's my life story. Shed some light in someone else's darkness. That's pretty much a bigger purpose of why we're all here. Shedding some light into someone else's darkness. Helping someone else out. All right. And so, yeah, get that clarity, guys. That clarity. Singing. I don't know why. Singing. Some of you sing. Singing actually helps. It helps a lot. It could clear out a lot of like bad energy. Sing in the shower if you have to. Sing your little heart out. All right. Singing is good for you. Even you don't have to be a singer. this, when I opened it, it said bloop. It already presented itself. So we're gonna take it, okay? What do they need to hear from the Pink World Oracle cards? What do my Virgos and anybody that has Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in Virgo, or anybody that's just drawn to the read for whatever reason, what do they need to hear? All right. Okay, so first off, this one presented itself to you guys. It's a Mystic Bloom. Oof, I love that. That picture is really cool. That's your clarity, right? The sword. I'm seeing the Ace of Sword in my mind's eye. So the Ace of Swords, that's if you don't know what the meaning of that tarot card is, look it up, please. But that's your clarity, your truth. That's what you're going to be coming into. Who you really are. The truth and who you really are. Okay? The power in that, in you. Allow growth in unexpected places. Nurture a new skill or interest that you've been waiting to develop. And that is that is a way to help you to come into your new way of thinking and to really evolve and ascend, okay, mentally, and to clear out that shadow aspect of, you know, the old things you used to believe, to steer away from those old beliefs and no longer walk in those beliefs. Allow yourself to learn a new skill, something different, something new, because with that when you do that and work on yourself, you start to unlock your true potentials and your gifts, and you start to see like, wow, I didn't know I could do this, or oh, I'm really good at that, or you know, that's just all motivation and clarity that you need to see that you are worth like so much more, like you can do so much more, you know, with your life, with your time, instead of investing it into, you know, toxicity and toxic people. All right. And then the next one, gritty glamour, balance. Balance. There's the word balance again, guys. We got to bring ourselves into balance. Okay. Balance your rebellious side with self-care. There's the word self-care again. Pamper yourself with a relaxing bath or a favorite treat. Maybe you can do a bathing ritual under the pink moon. Like not literally go outside and take all your clothes off and bathe in the moonlight in front of all your neighbors. We're not talking about that. We're talking about 1/17/17 as I was saying that. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna go you know, be all crazy spiritualists and be like, oh, the tarot person said she was channeling a message to take everything off and go bathe in the moonlight. Don't do that. No. This tarot lady didn't say that. This tarot person said that is not the message at all. The message is to actually look into rituals for cleansing, self-cleansing, and you can do that with water. Water is cleansing, and that is a way to look at things when it comes to the using the moon. You can do the bathing rituals, but there are other elements you can put in your bath water. And so I also encourage you to look that up, the rituals for, you know, if you want to bathe in your bathroom privately, where you should, and to do that maybe with the pink moon, collaborate with that pink moon. All right. We're not going to go crazy and take our clothes off. That rebellious side of taking your clothes off and, you know, just, I don't know, some of you have done that before in your past, taking your clothes off and maybe ran around in the rain. That's actually pretty crazy. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Woo, that sparked a crazy memory in my head, but we're not going to talk about that. Okay. So, but yeah, that's the crazy rebellious side. Everybody has one. Don't even lie. You know, you've done some crazy stuff in your past, because I know I have, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, allow the growth, unexpected places, new skill of interest. When I'm seeing that again, I'm seeing the new places, unexpected places, new skill. Maybe some of you need to either join classes, take classes if you thought about doing that, or if an opportunity gets presented to you, maybe jump into it, try it. Even if you think you're not interested or you're not going to like it, try it, because you never know. If you haven't tried it, then you don't know. Also, too, if those of you are looking into moving, maybe to get away from this type of toxic energy. Maybe it's, I have heard of people going through very bad toxic relationships and then getting up and packing everything and just moving themselves out of that energy altogether, and then creating a beautiful life for themselves out of the vicinity of where they were at and really starting a new life somewhere else. I've heard of people actually doing that and how it's worked for them and really changed their life. I'm talking complete 180s, like just really they thrived and they blossomed and they bloomed and they really like went hard in these new places where they just decided to pack up and go. And there has been some really beautiful stories that have came out of some of these situations. I don't know if some of you have another place you can go. Maybe you've already thought about it, but it's hard for you to let go. But maybe that's the next key step for you to take, is go ahead and let go and jump into move. If you can, move. Just pack up and go. Don't even think twice about it. If you have somewhere else to go, if that's something that looks like, but you don't know what's going to happen when you get there, maybe all the details will work for you later on when you get there. But if you do have somewhere else in mind, a place you can go and start new, maybe get some clarity on that a little bit more. Pray about it. Whatever it is that you do, think about it, really start looking into that and seeing if maybe that is a right fit for you and something that you should do. Right? I keep seeing in my mind to pull another so this was more like a toxic love read about self-worth and bringing yourself back to balance. Maybe I'm going to change the title of the video. I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe I should, but then I shouldn't. I don't know. All right. Let's do. Make it your mission to accept all parts of you, the good and what you perceive to be your imperfections. Don't look for any outside validation, okay? You don't need, that's what I was saying earlier in the beginning of the video. You don't need that validation from other people, okay? Telling you what they think your worth is or what you're worth or, no. It's not true at all. It's already within you, okay? Once you realize your true beauty and potential, you will never doubt yourself again. There it is. You are so much closer to a powerful breakthrough than you may realize. You have been praying for things to heal. Maybe some of you have already been praying about this. New opportunities to appear and relationships to improve, and these prayers will be answered soon. So when I'm looking at the relationships to improve, it's because when you release the toxicity, that's going to allow new romance, new love, those doors to open up in divine timing for you with the correct person, the person that's meant to be there. Okay. And when you learn what you need to learn, when you go within and you heal yourself, that's when you're going to make way for the new to enter. So we don't drag in all that past toxicity into something else, right? A different relationship. Because the toxicity is still going to be there if we don't heal from it. Okay. Let go of the old and make way for the new. Let go. Okay. You may find yourself being distracted by random thoughts, fears, or doubts. This card right here is saying that you're never going to doubt yourself again once you realize your true beauty and potential. Okay. And this right here is saying you may find yourself being distracted by random thoughts, fears, or doubts. It says don't allow yourself to be governed by them. Okay. Simply observe and choose to take aligned actions and choices. All right. Aligned actions and choices. The card underneath right here is, it's saying right here, learn to ride with the waves of life when faced with difficult times. You can either fight against the current or go with it. So ask yourself, what is to be gained? Ask yourself, what is to be gained by healing yourself? And this aspect of, your when it comes to your romantic relationships and your love life, and how the toxicity of whatever's happening in them. But if you were to choose to make the choice to start to heal, ask yourself, what's to be gained by healing? But also ask yourself, what is to be gained by staying in the toxicity of the relationship and that person, or not healing from the toxicity? By depleting your energy, fighting against it, don't do that to yourself. Okay? It's maybe presenting itself to you through this message of what needs to be worked on, and stop fighting against it, because maybe this is something that you have been fighting with and fighting against it and not wanting to truly get it for what it really is. And so you're choosing to be blind to it in some aspects. And that happens when taking it back to the shadow work cards, when it talked about numbing yourself. Okay. So that is the messages that I have for all of you. And I really thank you for being here. And I believe this was a heavy message, and it really needed to reach somebody. And so I hope that it helped you in some way, shape, or form. And I am with you 100% of the way, because I know toxic relationships and what those can bring, and the damage that it can cause to us personally in all aspects of our lives, And so with that being said, channel Alchemy of Acrimony, and if you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel, like, share, comment. If you want to comment, even if it's just an emoji, go ahead and drop emoji, a thumbs up, a heart, whatever you feel led to do. And just thank you yet again for coming into my channel and sharing this time with me. And I look forward to seeing you all again. I'm going in order, astrological order. So after Virgo, I believe, is the Libra, right? Just like the moon, we're transitioning from Virgo into Libra. So Libra, you're up next. And so for all my Virgos, Virgo placements, or anybody drawn to this video for whatever reason, I believe there was something here for you today. And if there was, I hope that it helped you in any way, shape, or form. And thank you so much for joining me yet again. And so with that being said, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you again. I can't even begin to thank everybody that's even just viewed these videos, just going in and looking to see the amount of viewing. It's amazing to me, and it's really holding near and dear to my heart to see how many people are actually watching these videos, and seeing as how I just barely started on the 22nd of February, which was just this last month. Maybe it'll be 2 months going in April 22nd, but February 22nd was the first day that I launched. So I'm really proud of the fact that healing messages are getting delivered out there to those that need it. And so I'm happy for that. And thank you all so much for watching again and again and again. And I'm always going to tell you that with every ending of every read. Thank you. And so yet again, subscribe, hit that like, guys, the thumbs up, the little thumbs up guy, just boop, just poke it, hit it, like. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time. Libras, you're up next. And thank you to all my Virgos. And have a good one, you guys. Have, as in the words of Ice Cube, today was a good day, right? And I hope you all have a good day. See you again soon, guys.